how do I prevent small issues from becoming big $10,000 problems? My first response to this question is encourage early reporting. Make sure that tenants feel encouraged, welcome, and easily able to communicate to the landlord. If you punish them for communicating, if you never acknowledge that repairs need to be made, they're going to stop communicating and your property is going to deteriorate. If you establish a better relationship with the tenant with open lines of communication and encourage them to report things are going to get reported sooner. You're going to have a better relationship. The tenant's going to have a better experience. Everyone wins. You get to invest back in the property that is making you money and building you wealth. That's the right way to go. So tenants shouldn't feel penalized for submitting maintenance requests. If they do, then small leaks, small issues are going to become major problems later on down the road. You want to be sure you have recurring inspections. Now, I've heard of some people doing these quarterly. I think that's a bit of an invasion of their right to quiet enjoyment of the property. I think quarterly might be overstepping a little bit. I think maybe 2 times or 1 time a year is fine, assuming you have the right relationship in place, the right lease in place, the right experience in place that you're providing to the residents so that they are taking good care of the property. If you have these things structured, an annual inspection should be fine. And you go inspect the property and inspect the larger building systems and things like that, and make sure that you are fixing things early in that regard before they become bigger issues. Respond quickly. There are plenty of landlords that say, all right, I'll do that next week, or I'll do it the next week, or I'll do it the next week. And then they forget and it becomes a bigger issue. Again, this goes back to the tenant experience, their enjoyment of the property, your return on investment. All of that's going to suffer if you can't make decisions quickly and respond quickly. And so we measure all kinds of things at the property management company. One of those things is how long it takes for us to respond, which generally is less than an hour. If it's non-urgent or non-emergent, it's still generally less than an hour. And then how long does it take for us to actually solve the issue of maintenance, which could be 3 days, right? And that is non-urgent issues. And so if we are quick to respond, that tenant's going to have a great experience. They're going to feel welcome submitting things. And then we also have the right to look at that and be like, that doesn't need to be fixed, or it doesn't need to be fixed right now. And we can explain that to the tenant so that we're not running up the cost. And so you, as a self-managing landlord, can do the same thing. You still respond, you still welcome and encourage that communication. And then you get to ultimately make the decision of, does it need to be fixed? If so, when? If so, how? And on what budget, what timeline, etc., so that you're not running up the cost. We'll have some tenants that will submit urgent needs for improvements, and we just don't have to do the improvements. We need to make sure the property is well maintained and cared for and upkept, but not necessarily the improvements. That's not going to lead to some major issue or repair down the road. So try to stay away from deferred maintenance as much as possible. I know a lot of landlords like to set it and forget it, but that's when you go 10 years down the road and you have a $30,000, $40,000 rehab project on your hands when you could have maintained it for a lot less over the years, and the tenant would have had a lot better of an experience and you could have charged more rent along the way. So that's my advice. Encourage early reporting, inspect, and respond quickly and communicate well.